wondered which knife to use for what food? Well, I'm Gregory. I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent with North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Chatham County Center, and we're going to talk about types of knives and what foods to use them on. All right, so the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a safe, sturdy cutting surface before you start chopping, dicing, mincing, whatever it is you'll be doing. So I'm using a type of plastic cutting board. Wood cutting boards are also great and gentle on your knife blades to keep them sharp and not damaged or bent. So if you do find that your cutting board is shifting around, moving around, you could try a damp paper towel or cloth to set under your cutting board just to make sure it doesn't shift. Thankfully, this guy has a gripper on the bottom of this one, but a lot of times you may not have that, but a towel, paper towel will work just fine. So nice and sturdy. So let's talk about some knives. This here is an 8-inch chef's knife. It's pretty much an all-purpose knife. You can use for chopping, mincing, slicing, dicing, all those terms you might see in recipes. You can get one that's a longer blade, but it tends to be easier to maneuver and work with around 8 inches. So what you want to do, I'll just show how you might want to hold a chef's knife and what makes it different with the shape. So you're going to grip it around the handle here and scoot your hand forward to place your thumb and pointer finger up towards the metal part of the knife. So this gives you good control of the knife and good for your motions of chopping or slicing. So what makes this blade different from others is that you can get sort of a rocking motion as you move through the food. But that's what makes it different, is the tip sort of goes down and you get this smooth rocking motion that you can go quick, quick, or slow. Our next knife I want to talk about is a serrated knife. So you'll see it has little wavy indentions here, and this is a small version. You can definitely find a larger, longer version of the serrated knife too in some set of knives. So what's great about this knife is it's excellent for doing a light sawing motion through soft foods like a tomato. You can make excellent tomato slices with this knife, as well as cutting anything else that may kind of squish if you were to use another knife. So think of a sandwich you want to cut in half. I like triangles, so you can cut it into triangles without kind of tearing that bread apart. So this is a great knife for that. It's also sometimes called a utility knife because it can just have so many uses, and the serrated edges really help it to break through some surfaces that won't necessarily happen with a straight blade. All right, so next little guy is our paring knife. Paring knife is excellent for peeling fruits and vegetables or doing some kind of small job. So I think of a jalapeno. If we want to get those seeds out of the jalapeno, this is a great knife for that because you can do little precise cuts around the seed and pull those seeds out of the jalapeno. I will show you later some grape tomatoes, how you can slice those in half or quarter them. And this is a great knife to use for quick, precise cuts. And the last knife I want to talk about is the Santoku knife. It is very similar in use to our chef's knife, but a little smaller, lighter. Some people prefer the way this knife feels compared to the larger, longer knife, chef knife. And a difference here is you have less of the rocking motion and you can do more of the chopping. If people like that up and down sort of chop kind of motion, you may feel more comfortable with this knife. So those are 4 types of knives. There are several others with lots of other special uses, but these are my favorite go-tos. If you were looking for one knife to have, I would recommend a chef's knife because it is really all-purpose for you to use in your kitchen.